everyone, and welcome back to Advancing Your Business, Your People, and Your Legacy conversation series. My name is Kendall Rawls. I'm the Director of Development with the Rawls Group, your host. When it comes to creating compensation packages to recruit key talent in car dealerships, thinking out of the box is essential. The competition for top talent is extremely high, and salary bonus are not always the deal winner. Dealers are not just competing with other dealers for talent, they're also competing with employers from a wide variety of industries. In this episode of the Innovative Recruiting and Retention Strategies to Land Top Talent series, Champ Rawls, one of the Rawls Group succession planners, and Suzanne Malo, director of DHG Search, discusses creative options such as leveraging phantom stock, golden handcuffs, and other compensation strategies to build an enticing package for the talent that is right for your organization. Here we go. Champ, what kind of innovative compensation plans can you build to attract the candidate who fits?
I think innovative compensation plans are one of the most important things in car dealerships today. Your run-of-the-mill plan to attract candidates, from my perspective, you got to get more creative. And so the more creative that you are to help entice somebody to come on board to your team and to manage them to what you want them to do, I think is the most important part when putting together a benefit compensation package. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. I think incentive-based pay plans are obviously the very simple way to do it. You can tie anything into CSI, ESI, return on sales if they're a manager or executive level type of thing, bonuses for earnings of growth on the business. We often get more intricate and the upper level management structures such as phantom stock or stock appreciation rights, where you're able to creatively develop a competitive pay plan for somebody where they can feel like they are part owner of your store, but as the title says, phantom stock, you don't have to share in the actual ownership and partnership of the store. Some other creative compensation plans to consider would be what are called supplemental executive retirement plans. These are otherwise known as golden handcuffs that can be put on top of a normal pay plan that allows somebody to earn extra money as a retirement plan on the side, whereas the owner or manager of the dealership also gets to target how that is funded due to performance, CSI, culture, all of those type of things. So as I said at the beginning, I think that creative compensation plans right now are so important. It is hard to attract people. It is hard to keep them. And the more that you keep them engaged with their own performance, the better they will perform, the more engaged they will be to eventually do what you want them to do. Create
Champ,
the entire story.
When you have a phantom stock or an equity appreciation kind of situation, does there have to be a transaction for the employee to get compensated for that quote stock? Can it vest, and then does the dealer end up buying them out at some point in time?
That's all in the technicalities. So I would say yes, that the phantom stock, if they were to be bought out of it, they're essentially being bought out of that stock. But that can be developed any way that you want. It could be book value. It could be a multiple. I mean, that's where you really get into the beginning. And as I was saying, you're able to get creative with this to really motivate your manager or employees or whoever you're developing this for to work as you see fit. And I think I've done them all different ways in regards to the vesting of a phantom stock or that type of thing, and how if they left, they would get bought out. But I think that's the fun in this. I might sound crazy, but I do think it is fun because it does allow you to get, creative about, again, how do I want to motivate this person to do what I want them to do?
Well, and the majority of the folks that, we encounter, one of the things that if they are willing to look or leave their current employer, one of the things that they say would be most attractive and kind of the reason for them to make a move would be to have some sort of ownership. It doesn't have to be, full equity, can be any of the scenarios that you painted, but in many cases, they don't have that opportunity where they work. And so that's the one thing that might be missing. And so that's the one carrot that can be offered that might be enticing to them.
And to that point, I'm sure you run across this a lot, just as I do. Owners are reticent to take on partners. If you're a 100% owner and you've been that way forever, don't come and talk to me about, selling 10% of my stock to a key manager. I've heard that 100 times, if not 1,000. And so every time that we hear that the stock appreciation rights or the phantom stock option, those come into play because it's doing the same thing. Obviously, the key manager is not an owner of the business, but it's as close as we can get to creating a partnership where, as you were saying earlier, there's a vesting schedule and they know if they're bought out, it'll be at this value or this multiple. So, I agree with you. I think it's what I hear a lot from key managers as well. Why would I move to go somewhere else if I don't have an opportunity to buy in? And these creative tools are a way for owners to sell those top key managers to come work for me. And I can create something for you that you might not be my direct partner, but we're going to do something that sets you up well.
As Champ said, it is hard to attract people and hard to keep them. Incentive comp plans rewarding the achievement of key performance metrics creates engagement to fulfill the organizational goals. The recruitment and retention of top talent is essential to building business value, sustaining business performance, implementing strategic plans, and consequently, the achievement of succession goals. The next episode of the series focuses on how to determine when it's best to fill a role from existing talent or when it's time to recruit externally. Do you have a question you want to discuss with an expert? Feel free to reach out directly to Suzanne or Champ at the email addresses listed on the screen. Continue listening to the series now or come back later for more. Each topic featured may want you to learn something new.